Hey Rich Nation, AJ Rich here, and welcome back to another episode of Attack on Titan. Today we're going to be watching Season 3, Episode 4. Last time we got a little bit of a past with Erwin, a little bit of some past of Historia, and just the things that are kind of going... This show definitely does feel a little bit different because they're kind of showing all this stuff that's going in the behind the scenes and what the government and what they're actually trying to do, and we're learning like a bunch of new things, but it's thrown at us all at once. That's something I've been noticing is like all the information is getting thrown really fast now. I was saying that the episode, like when we first started the season, the episodes felt really, at least the first, it felt really slow. But then it just picked up really fast, like insanely fast. And I kind of expect that from this show now. So, but I'm liking this feel of season 3. Even though it does feel like a different show in some parts, it's just, I don't know. I like it. It's fun. And you were actually getting information. I love it. One thing I did want to address, because I recorded season 3, episode 2 and 3, actually 1, 2, and 3 together. 2 at the very end of the episode, Levi, is like fighting Kenny, or Kenny appears, and Kenny mentions Levi's last name, Ackerman. I did not catch that. Like, it just kind of went over my head when it played. But then I realized, thank you patrons that threw it at me. Mikasa's last name is Ackerman, and it is said before, but it had been so long that I had spaced it. And then it was like I was like, holy fuck. Now that made me question a bunch of things. First of all, if they have the same last name, and Kenny is supposed to have been someone that had been kind of like training Levi and been around him forever, how does this all connect? How does Mikasa connect to Levi, or is it just a coincidence? They do have the same last name, so what does that mean? They obviously, it seems like they both don't know it, because there's never been an address. But when I looked at 2 pictures of each of them, you look at both of them, I see the resemblance. It actually makes too much fucking sense through their personalities. Like, doesn't it? When you think about their personalities and even their look, it was like, oh my god, that makes way too much sense. But Levi's supposed to be a lot older, isn't he? So what is the connection? Is it a brother and sister? Is it, I mean, it could be a freaking dad. If you think about it, it could be a dad and daughter. I don't know how old Levi is. That's the only problem. Like, because Mikasa's like 15 or something. So technically, I know Levi's older than 30 for sure. So he could technically be a father too, or it could be a cousin, or it could be a coincidence. I don't really know, but that was a shock. And I'm actually, when I found that out, I was so pissed off at myself that I didn't recognize it immediately. But yeah, you guys can let me know, how many times did they say Mikasa's last name? Because the only time I can remember is like on one of the early episodes. They might have said it during I think it was mentioned when one of the trainers were talking about like all the people, and it might have said it in a subtitle. I think that's the only time I can remember. I remember the name being said at least once, because once I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, that is her last name. But yeah, that was very, very interesting. Anyway, I just wanted to address it and let you guys know. Once I figured it out, I was shocked as all goddamn hell. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to stop anymore. This season has been very hard to stop. If I wasn't reacting to other shows, I would have definitely been done with this show. That's how good the show's been so far. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, smash that like button. follow me on Twitter at ajrich123. I'd appreciate that, as well as check out my Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123 for full reactions, early releases. I am planning on reacting to at least the first part of Lost Girls soon. It will be over on Patreon. Eventually it'll be on YouTube, but it won't be for a while. And I know there's multiple, I think I was told it was multiple parts of Lost Girls, and I can only do the first part. I'm not 100% sure. Patrons can let me know early here. But I think it's, I can't 100% remember, but I know I can watch the first part now. I was told that. So it's gonna be over on Patreon, as well as obviously a couple episodes ahead, full reactions, early releases, all that cool stuff. It seriously helps me out. It makes it so I can do all this content. I can put out this content for you guys and do more episodes and more shows. So if you want that and you want to help me out, feel free to check that out. I'd appreciate it. And let's go ahead and start. Oh yeah, we haven't seen these guys in a while. Yeah, because they're part of the military police. Are they holding a grudge from that point? Probably. Yeah, they haven't been shown since season 1. After. Humans versus humans. Shit, what's he doing here? Oh, it's a setup. Good shit. Armin got him. Got him. Need trust in the situations. It's weird seeing Erwin on the opposite side here. New gear. Yeah, that was way different. So much mystery. There's so many back alleys in these. Like, there's not really anywhere to go or hide. Oh shit. They're after anybody that knows things. So anything that's said by the military police is fact. Seems commonplace between a lot of people in here. Yeah, not everybody wants to be a scout. That's true. That is very true. They're used to losing to Titans, though, but not to humans. Yeah, they blame them for what happened with Annie and against Aaron. They're making them like hold a grudge. They don't know all the truth, so of course they're gonna think like this. Oh shit, he's just gonna straight up tell the facts. Exactly. The whole thing's a damn mystery. He seems really loyal, though. Even from the time he was introduced, he wants to help people. He's really motivated. That's strange he wouldn't accept his help. I mean, he literally would. It's interesting. Oh, is he walking them to... They're forced to do this? Seems extreme. It just seems very unlike him. I don't think he... Yeah, he definitely seems to be on their side. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Smash. That's what I thought. Like, John isn't like that at all. This guy's smart, though. He figured it out. Perfect. Yeah, I really think it's a good thing for him to help. Shit. Oh, they're just running in. I guess question everybody. Information available for public disclosure. Chancellery, an institution which unifies and supervises the various public organizations of administration, justice, and military which act under the royal government's will. Although it officially outranks other organizations, this authority is under constant contention. I guess we get a little bit of, I love these little facts that we get. Also, I did want to say, since you guys look at this way more than the intro and the outro, I thought I'd slowly reading the manga. I recently got my first manga recently. My first physical manga being Attack on Titan 1, which is over there. But I got this recently as well, number 2, and I have not read it yet. But I talked about the first one in a previous episode and in an intro, just like the stuff I noticed. So look out for these every once in a while. Once I finish this, I'll talk about the differences I noticed from them. I think it's kind of interesting, and I'm loving the manga so far. I like noticing the differences, and since I'm so ahead, I can kind of just slowly read it. It's really interesting. I actually read the first one twice. I really love doing that. But if you want to see little tidbits or stuff that I talk about, check out Twitter at ajrich123, as well as Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123. Okay, let's go. They're all going through it. The fuck? Oh, are they baiting them? Because how did he even get back? Damn. Yeah, it seems like anyone that goes against them, they're gonna die. I really think, yeah, I think he's baiting them. Oh, he's the son of that other merchant. I can't believe I just noticed that. Okay. He looks like him too. I knew it. I knew it. No wonder they would team with him. Now it all clicks. Always screaming. I guess everybody was listening. They set that up perfectly to get the people to go against them. He just sits on his face. He's got to take over for his dad. Nice. I didn't think it was going to be set up that well, but... Oh, damn! Literally kicking the teeth out of him. Levi's one of the last people you want to piss off. Jesus! Okay, you're about to... Oh. Shit. Wait. So Kenny does have the same last name as him? So they're all connected. And now that's the first time Mikasa's hearing it too. And Levi didn't even know. Man, it's like nobody knows anything. And treating him like shit. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna break Erwin. Come on. So they've been protecting these secrets about the walls. Shit. I wonder what he's... I'm sure he's gonna ask some type of question. Well, I know the scouts are used to losing, and like when they said that actually makes a ton of sense. Like the scouts are used to losing, so what do they have to lose? Like they lose every time they went out of the walls, or like, you know, to go to, you know, outside one set of walls to the other and ran into Titans. They always lost. They always came back. They would get depressed and yelled at and like, and all, never anything good. But why do they do it? Because they wanted to protect humanity, save humanity. They all had their own ideals, their own reasons, and so they're used to losing, and that's why it didn't bother them. I like that some of the we saw that, you know, the two of the people from the military police that were with Annie kind of changed sides. That made the most sense to me. Just the way their personalities are, that makes sense that they would you know, technically join the scouts, or, you know, at least join them some way. I liked that. John, there's no way. John's personality just, I was like, why is he just gonna go ahead and like stab? That made no sense. So I was like, yeah, it had to be something going on there. But yeah, there is a lot. It's like they keep talking about these, you know, we know that the walls has freaking, we've seen like Titans inside the walls. That makes no sense, but they keep talking about the secret of the walls must be guarded, that's, you know, art. So it's, what I'm getting from this is like, it's a job of the higher ups of the royal family. But if they're the fake royal family or whatever, or maybe they were part of it, since we know Historia is supposed to be the royal family, and they're not anymore. So there's just a lot of this like inside political, like the show has become very, very political and very like just backstabbing and craziness. And it's not like we didn't get a touch of this at the end of season 1. We got a lot of this, and when Aaron went to court and all that, it's not like we didn't know why they wouldn't like the scouts, and they kind of actually put the people against the scouts a bit, especially with what happened inside the walls in that district. So it's like, it's kind of worked out perfectly for the higher ups. That's the way it seems anyway. And then with obviously with Irwin captured, he can't really do much, but I guess they were trying to get a bunch of information from him, but he's literally somebody that ain't gonna tell him shit. He's the most determined person I've seen in the show. So like I mean, the guy literally got his arm chopped off and he's running, killing regardless. So, or he freaking, chopped off his own arm or whatever to keep going. So let's be real here. He's like, he's that guy, But whatever he did, he's a maniac. So he's not going to tell them anything. But yeah, it's definitely, I keep saying this, but it definitely feels like a different show. But at the same time, I'm liking this. And then we got to address this. Kenny Ackerman, Levi Ackerman, Mikasa Ackerman. Now, I didn't know Kenny's last name was Ackerman, but I thought it was like maybe an adoption thing. Like, he obviously trained Levi as a kid or as a young man. We watched No Regrets, so it had to be before that time. So is that his dad? Is that like Levi acts like he doesn't even know. So, and then Mikasa noticed that for the first time when they said Ackerman. So now Mikasa knows something. So something's up here. Like, something just does not make sense when it comes to this family tree. What is this? What is their connection? Oh man, the bundle of questions we keep coming and we cannot stop. Oh man. But anyway, guys, I love this show. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, smash that like button. Go follow me on Twitter at ajrich123. If you want to support me in some small way, watch early releases and full reactions of this show and the extra OVAs and stuff and all my other stuff, feel free to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123. And seriously, just thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys watching all these. It really means a lot. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. I just want you guys to know. That's all. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.